I believe New York has sent a message to this nation loud and clear. It is time for marriage equality all across this country. New York, for many years,
that was Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo before walking in New York's 42nd annual Gay Pride March yesterday. Those comments come 2 days after Governor Cuomo signed into law a bill that made his state the first with a Republican-controlled Senate to legalize same-sex marriage. 4 Republican senators who provided the votes necessary for the bill to pass, 33 to 29, are now facing a backlash from opponents of marriage equality. The chairman of the New York Conservative Party told the Daily News that Republican votes for the bill were absolutely a betrayal. They accepted the Conservative Party endorsement. They knew where we stood on the issue. The chair of the National Organization for Marriage wrote in the National Review, the National Organization for Marriage has committed $2 million to persuading Republicans that voting for gay marriage has consequences. Joining me now, Joe Solmonese, who is the president of the Human Rights Campaign, a group that was pivotal in this legislation passing in New York. Thanks very much for joining me tonight, Joe.
Thank you.
Joe, I was at the Gay Pride Parade yesterday on Fifth Avenue. I've been to it before. There was a completely different feeling there yesterday. Is the euphoria justified in terms of what you think is achievable going forward in other state legislatures?
Unquestionably. New York was a pivotal moment. As you know, we doubled the number of people in this country who now live in states where same-sex marriage is legal. But I think, to your earlier point, one of the most powerful things that happened in the debate, I think, was those Republican members coming to the floor, voting with their heart, leading with their conscience, speaking so powerfully about the fact that, quite frankly, they couldn't find reason not to be for this. You know, the barriers that stood in their way had come down, and they wanted to be on the right side of history. And I think that's something that's going to resonate all across the country, particularly with Republicans in other legislatures that are considering this bill, like Maryland, for instance.
What is the lesson for politicians on both sides of the aisle in terms of their political future here? Here you have these Republicans making this move. They are now being threatened on their conservative side in New York State. Is there some way for you to rush to the aid of Republicans who have helped you in this bill?
We will be there for these members in New York. But what I think is so powerful is that they understood they were standing on the right side of history. And what they said when they talked about the fact that it was hard to find reasons not to be for marriage equality, don't forget, I think they were also mirroring what they were hearing from their constituents. You know, they said to us over and over, they wanted to really understand that the will of their constituents was there, that the will of the people of New York was with them in this vote for marriage equality. And it was, and it will be when they stand for re-election next year, but we will be with them as well. The National Organization for Marriage made a lot of noise in this fight, and they really underperformed in terms of what they said they were going to do. Now, they have every right to be in these elections next year, but we will be there as we were in New Hampshire following those marriage votes, and as we were in Massachusetts. We will be there in New York for these brave members.
There's a tremendous positive reaction for politicians on this vote, too. I saw an awful lot of Cuomo for President signs yesterday on Fifth Avenue. Joe Solmonese, president of the Human Rights Campaign, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Thank you.